he told him, Mordechai told him, Vayagad lo Mordechai et kol asher karahu, all that had happened to him. What had happened to him? I mean, you say, maybe he told him, on a pshat level, he told him how he had become aware of the true story behind the cover letter. Whatever the case, ve'et parashat ha-kesef asher amar Haman, and he told Hatach, Daniel, about the parashat ha-kesef. Here he calls it the account of the silver, that Haman had said that he would weigh, lishkol, al ginzei melech, which could be means el ginzei melech. In other words, to weigh into. It says al, but it could very well mean in many cases to weigh into, not over, to weigh into the treasuries of the king by Yehudim, against the Jews, or on account of the Jews. By Yehudim, al ginzei melech by Yehudim. It's a number of meanings here, and the Kamarna is going to go straight to a certain meaning. So if I give it away, basically it's the deeper level is that it's not just a bunch of money that's been weighed into the king's treasuries. It's that he is trying to do something to cause that the Ginzei Melech by Yehudim, that the treasuries of the king, the heavenly king, that are in the Jews, should be destroyed. Wow. I have to destroy the Jews in order to destroy the God idea. This is my chance. And this is what now Mordechai is telling Hatach to tell Esther that that's what's going on here. They want to destroy us. Because just like Hitler, in his sick mind, or his evil mind, felt that he had to destroy the Jews, according to the Wagnerian scenario that he was living in, the whole Scandinavian myth of the fighting of the gods, when all the gods would kill each other, and then there would be a new age, a diamond age would be introduced. So he felt, it's a Gnostic teaching, that the Jews are the guardians of the aeons. The Jews are the guardians of the Sfirot. And they're holding back the revelation of the higher level. So you got to kill off the Jews because you want the higher level. Of course, it's a totally distorted concept. It comes from Gnosticism, which I can't go into too deeply right now. If anybody has any questions, I'll try and answer them. But Gnosticism believes that this creation is created by a demiurge, a false or a lower god that broke away and did something bad. And therefore, it's in order to get out of this universe, this matrix, this lower universe that was created by this lower god, you have to get gnosis, you have that knowledge, get free of the lower deity. This became the basis of Christianity, of a difference between an Old Testament and the New Testament. The Old Testament God, which is a judgmental God, and the New Testament God, which is the God of love. We got to get out of this lower thing into the higher thing. Really, I mean, a little bit of the history of religion here is that you got to kill the old one in order for the new one to come in. It's a sick idea, but that's what it was. We go into the Kamarna now. One of the first teachers I met in Los Angeles was a descendant of the Kamarna and the Zidichover. His name is Rabbi Ephraim Asher Halevi Rotenberg. Rabbi Rotenberg welcomed us when I was first Chozer B'Tshuvah in 1972. Welcomed us into his house, into his home, into his office, into his shul. He was an amazing man to meet for a Baal Tshuva, having come out of college and having done all kinds of stuff with other religions and mythologies and meditations and meditation systems. He was really very worldly. His first family had perished in the Holocaust. He remarried and raised his family in Los Angeles, of all places. And he was just a Hasidic master in Los Angeles. And it brought him to life to have students come in who really were like eager to hear the depths of what he knew, and he was an incredibly educated man. So Rabbi Rotenberg revealed to us, among many things that he told us, that the Kamarna had said that this concept of the killing of the Jews was necessary because they're the carriers of the king's treasures. And I had heard it from him in 1972, but it wasn't until 2005 that I got the book and I saw it. So why I'm sharing it here is really in memory of my rabbi, and the power of reading it after having heard it when 30 years prior. So whether we finish it or not, I will try and finish it by email and send it to you, whatever I can do, but it's a very meaningful Torah to me.
He said that the destruction of the Jews, whose idea is that the destruction of the Jews is necessary because it carries the destruction?
The archetypal wicked man who wants to control, to take over, and the God idea prevents it. What?
Moloch.
Who's carrying that idea?
Who's carrying that idea?
Who originated that idea?
Moloch.
Who originated what idea?
The idea that the Jews are carriers of the treasury and that they have to be destroyed.
Oh, so he saw it in this verse. The Kamarna saw it hinted at very powerfully in the words of the verse. Ginze HaMelech Ba-Yehudim. The treasuries of the king in the Jews. And you're going to see the beauty of what he does here with this idea. Let's go inside. Use your fingers. Right, because I'll constantly point out where we are in each line of each paragraph. You know, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 paragraphs here. And we're going to go by numbers and by lines, because I want you to be with me. First paragraph. Ha'or shel sheshet yemei Bereshit, the light of the 6 days of creation. Shehaya me'ir misof ha'olam ve'ad sofo, that shone from one end of the world to the other. Shehaya me'ir misof ha'olam ve'ad sofo, it's an expression he'll use constantly. The light that shone or shines from one end of the world to the other. Just get it in your mind for a second, that there's a light that's deeper than anything else, that it passes through metal and water and any physicality. It's a light that's there, it's ubiquitous. It was there before the world was existed, and it's there even now, and it'll be there forever. Everything comes from that light, and that light is really the basis of everything. And therefore it's not like it has to go around the corner, right? The wall is nothing for this light. At that level of that frequency of energy, it's a light that is, was, and will be from one end of the world to the other. Ve'enu mit'abeh, and it doesn't thicken. It doesn't become coarse as it goes down into the lower worlds. It's just totally unchanging. V'hu nignaz l'tzadikim, and this is the light that was stored away and hidden. Right? He's already playing with the word ginze HaMelech. Ginze HaMelech, the treasuries of the king. Nignaz, hidden, stored away, treasured away for the tzaddikim. The tzaddik and the tzedek, which is a code word for Tiferet and Malchut, for Zeir Anpin and Shechina. Tzaddikim, plural, is the husband and wife, tzaddik and tzedek. Shoresh nishmot kol Yisrael. That light is hidden away for us, the souls of Israel. That's what the Midrash says, that Hashem hid the light away, that he saw it was so good. It's so good, this light. I'm going to hide it away for the tzaddikim in the future world. Hu ha'or atzmo. Hu ha'or atzmo. This light, shehu or de or chaya shebineshama, which is the third line, which is the light of the level of soul called chaya, the chaya of the neshama, a very high level of neshama. Lo nitlabesh. It doesn't get dressed up in garments as it comes down lower and lower. It's not the same as the light that is the internal light of all the world, that as it comes down it gets tailored, and it becomes tailored and becomes more and more less powerful in order to be able to go into the next level down and not destroy the next level. There's a world here of many, many levels. In order to make a world of many levels, the light has to be diminished, and the diminution of the light